is good? It's your boy Ty back here with another video, and in this video today, guys, we're going to be doing a tier list of the small forward position in NBA 2K23 MyTEAM. If you missed out on either the point guard or shooting guard tier list, make sure to go and check those videos out before we dive into this, because even a guy, I know JT wasn't on the shooting guard list, but even a guy like Jason Tatum, right? Where would he be at on the shooting guard list? Probably in S tier, no questions asked. Same thing, where was Endgame KD on that shooting guard list? Those are only going to be found out if you do go watch the last video. So make sure to go do that, guys. If you are new to the channel, man, make sure to smash the subscribe button. Getting closer and closer towards 120,000 subscribers. Let's start it off here with Mr. Alexei Pokachevsky. I'm going to go out on a limb right now, and I'm going to say it. A lot of people are going to disagree. Poku is overrated, okay? And I'm not going to sit up here in front of you guys and say Poku is bad, because I don't believe that to be true. But Poku is overrated, and if you disagree with me on that, I just don't think you know what you're talking about. Give me this guy over Poku. I'm just going to go down and already rip the Band-Aid off. Give me Thurl Bailey over Poku every day of the week. People, yes, Poku is good value, but give me Thurl Bailey for that exact same price in my team. Both cards are fine because they're tall. I don't love either of them, though. Glorious AK-47 at the small forward position is B tier. At the shooting guard position, I do like the card a little bit more, but only 6'9" at the 3. I just think there are overall better options in my team than a guy like AK-47. Now, again, that is my personal opinion on things. I do like AK's movement better than Thurl's. His release is really good, and as far as an overall card, still really good for B tier. Anton Jameson up next. I can't sit here and hype up Anton Jameson. I just can't. Is he better than some of the guys that are going to be at F tier? Yes. But again, when it comes down to Anton Jameson, not the biggest fan. This Bill Russell at this stage, I'm throwing it at C tier. I like Thurl Bailey more than out of position Bill Russell. I like AK more than out of position Bill Russell. And so when it comes down to it, I can't put Bill Russell higher than C tier. You guys might be watching this video like, okay, Ty, we don't have that many cards. Is there going to be anybody S tier, A tier? Maybe, but there might not be too many of them. Glorious Blake Griffin, F tier. You want to talk about a bona fide scrub in my team, it's the Glorious Blake Griffin. The Invincible Blake Griffin, on the other hand, is a little better. I don't love the card, though. His player model is good. His release is decent. B tier is as high as I can go. I do think he's going to defend, at one of the highest levels at the small forward position. But outside of that, he doesn't give you much. His release, very mid. His movement, not great. Not the biggest Blake Griffin guy in general. Bob up next. Big Bob. I think C tier is where he belongs. And you guys can disagree. But he's undersized, right? If you're 6'9", it's tough because AK is 6'9", and AK is better than Bob. No questions asked. Bob did something for me in my No Money Spent Squad series this year, and he'll always have a special place in my heart, but C tier is as high as I can go. Interdimensional Bulbul, A tier. Hero Bulbul, A tier. Endgame Bulbul, S tier. Now, here's the deal, okay? These guys might... Nah, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. These cards are all S tier, okay? And I'm telling you guys how I feel. Maybe I end up with this, I guess, but I want all of them to go in S tier. This is, I guess, where I have them right now. Just because if I don't put Hero Bulbul at S tier, we're going to have one S tier player, and that's going to be it. And I don't want that to be the case. So I guess this is where I stand right now. But trust me, I am in love with Bulbul. Whether it's the end game or not, Bulbul is still absolutely elite. Brian Scalabrine, I mean, at this stage, and I gotta move Poku up. I don't love Poku, but I gotta move him up. He belongs to B tier. I think Scala is C tier, right on the Bill Russell type level. I don't love the card, but again, he's not horrible in my team, and he can get the job done. Chet up next. See, here's where things are tough. I gotta go here because Chet and Bulbul are good, but they're A tier. They're not an end game S tier small forward. They're just not. Okay, and so there's not going to be many players at S tier on this small forward list, but it's the way it's got to be. Bulbul, Chet, Bulbul, all at A tier. Danny Manning, D tier. I don't really see it out of the all-time reward Danny Manning. I mean, he's fine for a free card. I just do not love him. Dave Cowens, I mean, C tier, very similar to a guy like Bill Russell. In my opinion, it's preference between a Dave Cowens, Bill Russell. You could like one more than the other, but it is preference based. Derek Coleman, D tier, not as good as Bob. Really solid though, still in my team. Here's where things get difficult. This endgame Dirk is S tier. 7-1 as an endgame. I don't even love his movement. I don't necessarily love his player model. But if you're telling me you give me Dirk at the small forward position, I'm taking him over Chet. Okay, and I think that's the big takeaway I have for, you know, the Dirk is, again, I don't think he's perfect. I'd be honest with you guys. If I don't think a card is perfect, I'm going to tell you guys how I feel. I'm not going to sugarcoat things. But Dirk still has good height, still has a good frame, still is going to be 7-1, still has all the endgame 6. He is still going to be really productive in my team in general. Next up, guys, we are looking at Elton Brand's Invincible. And I don't mind Elton Brand. I think B tier is where he belongs, though. And that's not me saying Elton Brand is bad. That's not me saying you can't use Elton Brand. It's just me saying he's only 6'9". He's undersized. I like his 6. I like his animations. Probably actually get Elton Brand soon with as much triple threat offline as I'm playing. B tier is ultimately where he belongs, though. Invincible Giannis up next. Here's where things get tough. I think Invincible Giannis is B tier. I mean, I think you could. I'm gonna throw him at A tier. I know his release is not great, but I still think with his frame and all perfect stats badges, he's A tier. Endgame Giannis is S tier. Okay. Endgame Giannis, even at the small forward position, is absolutely elite. He's way better at point guard. I hope you guys know that by now. But even at that small forward position, he's S tier. I'm sorry I don't make the rules. This Giannis is absolutely elite. Invincible Giannis still at A tier. Jabari Smith Jr., he had a great summer league B tier. I just don't love the card. He's fine, just don't love him. Worthy, same tier as Bob Nedelecki. Both cards really solid in my team. Jarris Walker up next. I don't love Jarris Walker. I mean, C tier probably. Just, again, he's fine. I don't know what else you want me to say. Invincible Tatum, I'm going to throw a B tier. I actually like Invincible Tatum's release. I think the card is overall solid. He has a bad leaner, but outside of that is really good. Endgame Jason Tatum at the small forward position is A tier. Now I'm going to actually take Jason Tatum off this list because I know people are going to skip to the end and see Jason Tatum in A tier and be like, what? Jason Tatum's not good. Watch the gameplay, guys. Jason Tatum's extremely good, but if I had to rank him as a small forward, he'd be A tier just because he is undersized. Shooting guard position, S tier, no questions asked. Jermaine O'Neal up next. I mean, D tier. His release stinks. And at this stage, if you're using a guy with a bad release, what are you doing? Jonathan Isaac, B tier, has a good frame, gonna get you stops. Is he as good as Invincible Giannis? No, but can Jonathan Isaac play at a very high level? Absolutely. Josh Smith, C tier. People can hype up Josh Smith all they want. I haven't seen enough out of Josh Smith to put him any higher. C tier is where I got him. Karl Malone, C tier. Gonna be a decent 3-and-D option. Look, I know people don't like Karl Malone in real life. I get that, man. But in 2K, he is still not that bad. Kenyon Martin is similar to Elton Brand. I mean, they're just undersized. We got some really bad mode rewards this year, and I hope you guys realize that. Like, the mode rewards that we saw this year left so much to be desired. I don't even know how to put it into words. Like, the mode rewards are some of the most important things that my team can do for the mode, for the game. And it seems like every single time they just make them worse and worse and worse. I don't know. That's just my opinion on things. Hopefully sooner rather than later we start seeing better and better rewards. But I mean, I'm sorry, man. They're just undersized. Endgame KD at the small forward position, I like him. I actually like him more at small forward nearly than shooting guard. I'm going to throw him at S tier. And the reason I'm ranking KD and not Jason Tatum here is because, again, I feel like height is so important. And giving Jason Tatum an unfair shake because he's, not on the shooting guard list. And it's just, I don't like that. I don't think that's fair. And so that's why I'm not personally going to rank him on the small forward list. KG up next, 6'11", good frame. I think B tier is as high as I can go. Some people are going to argue and can argue A tier. I don't hate that. To me, I just don't think he quite is that next tier of good. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm not saying you can't use him and have success with him. I just personally don't think he is that next tier of elite in my team. Kevin McHale up next. I'm sorry, wherever Dave Cowens is. If you want a guy that's going to slander collector level cards, you're in the right spot. I will never, ever, ever sit here and hype up a collector level card that is so hard to grind for. That's just not me. Collector level this year was absolutely horrible. And I'm going to tell you guys that because I don't want you guys ever being like, oh, you've got, you know, Kevin McHale here and maybe I should just go get him. No, just go get Thurl Bailey for 5,000 MT. He's going to be better and way less stressful to get in general. Kyle Kuzma C tier. I like both Kuz and Scow. I'm just telling you, I don't think neither of them are as good as Thurl Bailey in general. So, again, I've got to be honest with you with these videos. Otherwise, what am I doing here? But again, both the cards are fine. I just think there are better options. Larry Legend up next, B tier. At this stage, Larry Bird Invincible is B tier. I mean, with all of the height that's in my team, he's only 6'9" at the small forward position. I can't sit there and hype up Larry Bird any more than that. Endgame Larry, I'm throwing him at A tier. You know what? I'm taking KD off this list because KD belongs at the shooting guard position because he gets an unfair shake too. Larry is A tier. I only want the elite of the elite in S tier. And so that's why I'm not putting KD on this list. That is why Larry's going to end up in A tier. It's tough, Larry. I'm sorry. It is tough being you. But when there are overall better options in my team, what am I supposed to sit here and do? Overlook it? I think A tier is the right spot for you. I'm not saying you're bad. I just think you're a little undersized at this stage. Larry Johnson, F tier. I'm sorry, I'm not going to hype up you. I guess you're D tier. Right in there with Anton Jameson, but trust me, I don't love you, okay? And so I'm not trying to sit here and just slander you, but I do not love you in my team. So let's just make that clear, okay? I do not love Larry Johnson in my team. Is it clear? I do not love Larry Johnson in my team. I think there are overall way better options than a guy like Larry Johnson that you could look at picking up. Larry marketed up next, 7 feet tall, and that's why he's in B tier. He's not that good. He's not that skilled. So why is he in B tier? It's strictly because he's got good height. Other than his height, I don't see much out of the card. I'm just going to be honest with you. I think he is your My Team Unlimited reward for what, 2,400 points, something like that. And for that, I mean, that's fine, right? That's a decent reward. I think as far as an overall card, he's not good. Release isn't great. Just leaves some things to be desired. Mo Lucas, D tier. I know there are some people that really like Mo Lucas. I'm just not one of them. I get defensively he's good. I get he can do some things for you. But from top to bottom, there are better options than Mo Lucas in my team. Nat Clifton's good. He's just undersized. I'll go D tier with the card. Paolo Banchero, right with Larry, A tier. I mean, they're just undersized. They are both solid enough. I think you can run and have success with both of them. I'm just saying I do overall think there are still better options out there in my team. Spicy P, F tier. If you can green with Spicy P, I need to see it, right? Because I'm not a believer of Pascal Siakam one bit. Not at all. So, again, if you're good with Pascal Siakam, show me clips of you just going crazy, greening everything with them. Because until then, I'm not going to hype up the card. Sean Kemp, C tier. He's definitely not bad. Invincible Wemby, A tier or S tier in the top of S tier. He is your best small forward in my team still, even with Bol Bol still being in the game. And I like Bol Bol a lot. So just kind of know that I'm telling you guys how I feel. Both those cards are good. I do like Wemby a little bit more. Invincible Zion at this stage, like, you're undersized. I'm going C tier. I mean, I'm sorry. You are way too undersized. Big Z, small forward, A tier. You guys don't have to agree with me, but he is 7'3" at the end of the day. So even if you don't love Big Z or even if you want to disagree with me, you got to respect the fact that he's 7'3". Because he is. He's 7'3". He's going to hold it down on both ends of the court, have a good release, knock down shots for you. What is there not to like about Big Z in my team? What, he can't move? Okay, well, there's a lot of players in my team that can't move. Top to bottom, Big Z is absolutely elite. Again, I'm not ranking these other two end games. If I had to, they'd both probably be at A tier. Just because S tier is the... Now, you know what? I'm going to rank them. Because why would I not? A tier is not bad, right? And if these guys were on the shooting guard list, they'd be S tier. But on the small forward list, they're both A tier. I'm sorry. It's the way it is. That's gonna wrap it up for our video today, guys. Let me know your thoughts on the tier list down below in the comments. Good tier list, bad tier list, let me know. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you are doing it. As always, man, I love you guys, and have a blessed day.